Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear students? I welcome you all in our English class. I am your subject teacher, and this is our lecture number 34, Active English Book 3. Hope you all have your books with you. We are going to study today chapter number 27. Page number 88. Open your books. First of all, we are going to read. Then I will tell you that what to do in this chapter. Finish the sentences. Let's read number 1. Here are 2 balls. Small, big, black. Let's read what they are saying. One ball is small. One ball is big. Both balls are black. One ball is small. One ball is big. Both balls are black. Both are black. Picture number 2. Small, big, white. One tree is small. One tree is, what comes here in this blank? One tree is small. One tree is big. Both trees are, what is written here? White. Both trees are white. One house is small. Here comes is, and one house is big. What comes here? Like this one, both houses are white. Okay. Something is missing here. I will correct it. Just wait. Let's see here. Oh, this one. One house is small. One house is big. Both houses are. Here we also put the full stop. And then after this also, here comes the full stop. Okay, let's see again. Okay. One house is small. One house is big. Full stop. Both houses are white. One book is black. One book is white. These blanks you have to write by your own. Here is the word black, here is the word white, and you write here one book is black, one book is white. Both books are thick. You have to complete this. Then here is written color black for men, for women. One pair of shoes is for men. One pair of shoes is for women. Like this, you have to complete this sentence. Then both pairs of shoes are black. Do you know where we use word both? When there are two things, for two things we use both. Both of the balls, both trees, both houses, both book, both pair of shoes. Understand? You can use both for two things which are of same. Now number 2, read. None of the circles are yellow. A few of the circles are small. A lot of the circles are big. All of the circles are black. None of the books are thin. A few of the books are white. A lot of the books are black. All of the books are thick. This is exercise number B. We will read it again. Look, first you can see here, there are the different words. Black, small, big, white, small, big, white, small, big, thick. What are these words? These words tells us the qualities of something. But here is one, here is both. In this exercise, this two, there is none, a few, a lot, all. We have to concentrate on these words. These words big, small, and the other type of words one, both, few, a lot, all, like this. Look, again in this exercise, they're asking answer the questions use none of, a few of, a lot of, and all of. Where we use these words and what are these words used for? All of you knew that big is small and the colors name black, white, or yellow, green, whatever the qualities. So there is a difference between this. I will tell you. Look, quality and quantity. What is quality? The standard of something as measured against the things of a similar kind. This is called quality, and the words which are used to qualify something or to tell us about something more or to modifies anything, the nature of anything, the standard of anything, like small, big, white, black, bright, dull, and there are many more words. We call these words qualifiers or adjectives. And the words which we are going to concentrate in this chapter are the quantifiers. What is quantifiers? The amount or number of a material or thing is quantity, and the words which tells us about which mention the quantity of something, we use these words some, much, many, few, little, lots of, a few of, all of, none of, many, any. These words we call quantifiers. It means quantifiers tells us about any number or amount or quantity of any noun or something. Okay, children, these words we are going to concentrate in this chapter, and these words are quantifiers. The words which tells us the quality is called qualifier or adjective, and the words which tells us the amount of something or the quantity of something, we call them quantifiers. Okay, let's see this. Look here, we use the word many. How many of the squares are white? In this exercise, they ask us to use the word none of, all of, a lot of, or a few of. So here is the question, how many of the squares are white? No square is white. So the answer is none of the squares are white. How many of the squares are small? A few of the squares are small. How many of the squares are big? A lot of the squares are big. How many of the squares are black? All of the squares are black. Okay, good. Let's move. How many of the beads are white? None. How many of the beads are big? A few of. How many of the beads are small? A lot of. How many of the beads are black? All of the beads are black. How many of the bushes are big? A few, because look, it's four and it's many. How many of the bushes are black? All of the bushes. How many of the bushes are white? None. How many of the bushes are small? A lot of. Understand these words, a lot of, none of, or a few of, and all of these, all are these words are quantifiers, which tells us about how much or how number of things we are looking or we are speaking about. There are many more words like a great many, plenty of, also used as a quantifier. Make 16 good sentences. How to make 16 goods with this phrase, with these pair of words. Use first girls, then with this, all this. Then by this you can make 16. There are a great many girls, but there aren't many boys. There are plenty of girls, but there aren't many boys. Or there are a great many men, but there are only a few women. Like this, it's just for all these exercises or for your practice only, to understand, to clear the concept in your mind that how we use these quantifiers in our speaking or in our writing. When we have too many, then we use a great many or a plenty of. And when there is not more, then we say aren't many, means not many or only a few. This exercise is also for the practice. Change each sentences like the one in blue. Look, there are 40 rulers and 3 pencils. Means rulers are more, pencils are few. There are a great many rulers, but there aren't many pencils. We can say or we can write this sentence like this, or we can write like this: there are plenty of rulers, but there are only a few pencils. A great many with not many, plenty of, few. There are 50 desks and 4 chairs. So, according to this example, we say there are a great many desks, but there aren't many chairs. Or there are plenty of desks, but there are only a few chairs. You can do the practice by reading all these sentences according to this example. No need to write in your notebooks. Again, here, how many true sentences can you make? Each boy in my class has a ruler. Each and every also use as a quantifier. Every girl in my class has a desk. Each and every goes with boy or girl. Single in my class has a dress, has a shirt. So also by doing practice you can make many sentences. Each boy in my class has a ruler. Each boy in my class has a desk. Just like this, with boy all these, and then with every boy all these, then each girl. Then it will make, I think, again the 16. You can make the 16 good sentences. Okay, this is for your practice only. These exercises to understand the use of quantifiers. Okay, now for the reading, we have another story about the piper. The first part of the story, the piper. Let's read this story. See, yes, with the pictures, let's read the story. The piper 1 means the first part of this story, like Cinderella. This is another story that is not true. You will not find it in your history books because it is not true. This story is about a city in Germany. The people who lived in the city were very unhappy. They were unhappy because there were a great many rats in all the houses. They fought the dogs and killed the cats. They bit little babies. They ate all the food that they could find. Like you can see here, the rats are here, eat the foods. They made their nest inside men's heads. Look like this. They made their nest here. They made a lot of noise. Look the word a lot. It's a quantifier. They made a lot of noise. One day the governor of the city asked all the people to come to a meeting. He's the governor. He called the citizens of the city come to a meeting. They talked for a long time, but they could not decide what to do. When they were talking, they heard a knock on the door. Come in, said the governor. The door opened, and a stranger came in. He was a tall, thin man. Look, that word tall and thin are the adjectives. He wore a long coat which reached down to his heels. Half of it was red and half was yellow. You can see the stranger. He came in from the door. He was wearing a long coat, half yellow and half red. He was carrying a pipe. He said to the governor he was carrying a pipe. When I play my pipe, I can make all the animals run after me. When I play my pipe, I can make all animals run after me. If I take away all the rats from your city, will you give me 1,000 guilders? Guilders is the currency name of the country Germany, just like we have here in Saudi Arabia reals, 1,000 guilders. What he asked, the stranger asked the governor, will you give me 1,000 guilders if I take away all the rats from your city? 1,000 guilders, said the governor. We will give you 50,000. End of the part 1. Understand the story about the piper who was wearing a long yellow and red coat, and he said that I can take away all the animals, all the mouse from the city, but you have to give me 1,000 guilders because they were all very worried. So the governor said, not 1,000 guilders, I will give you 50,000. Okay, so now we have the question answer about this part of the story. Let's see. Why is this story not in history books? This story is not in the history books because it is untrue. It is not true. This story is not true. It's just to entertain the children. Why were the people unhappy? They were unhappy because there were many rats in their houses. Why were the rats able to fight dogs? The rats were able to fight dogs because they were of big size. Where did the rats make their nests? They made their nests inside men's heads. Did the people talk about the rats at the meeting? Yes, they talked about the rats at the meeting. Very small answers, only A to E included in your scheme of studies. So you have to write these question answers in your notebook. Nothing else to write in the notebook, just these question answer. and also you have to learn these. Okay. Okay, now you have your workbooks with you. Open your workbook. We have to do the workbook, page 56, chapter 27. Write questions beginning how many, then write answer using a few or a lot of. Let's see the example. Here is the plate. Here are some oranges in it, and here are more. How many oranges are there? There are a few oranges. Few, small. How many oranges? You have to complete this now. Are there? Now they are saying start the answer with there are and using a few or a lot, because here few oranges, so we use here there are a few. Now the answer, there are a lot of oranges. In number 3, how many flowers are there? Question mark. There are a few flowers. Then next you have to write by your own. You have to complete like this. How many flowers are there? Question mark. Then in the answer, there are a lot of flowers. How many men are there? There are a few men. How many men are there? There are a lot of men. Same like this, you have to complete this by your own. Let's move to the next page. Finish the sentences using all of, none of, a few of, and a lot of. There are the different cars, some black, few of them white, and they are asking what to write here. Dash the cars have drivers. Look, all the cars. So what to do? What we are going to write here? All of the cars have drivers. You just write all of. Other is written here. Then the cars have cats in them. Can you see any cat? No. So we write none of the cars have cats in them. Dash the cars are white. Black's more, few. So we write here a few of the cars are white. The cars are black. A lot of the cars are black. Dash are black and white. So what to write here? All of the cars, the words which are missing, you have to complete like the above sentences. So here only written are black and white. So we write the cars by ourselves. All of the cars are black and white. Then have wheels. So now you have to complete all this by your own. Okay, like this. Just see what they are asking. Confirm from here, choose the words from here, whether it is all or none or a few or a lot. Then you have to complete this page. Okay, children, this is chapter number 27 of your book, and then your workbook. You have to complete this all. This is your homework, question answers of the Piper and the workbook pages. Okay, that's all for today. We'll see you in the next lecture. Take care.